Yoel Romero said Israel Adesanya just ran away all the fight. Yoel Romero and Israel Adesanya were accused of putting on one of the most boring shows in UFC history in March 2020, before the world shut down due to the COVID-19 pandemic. When Adesanya was asked about it, the middleweight claimed it was Romero's fault that the fight was so unexciting. However, in a recent MMA Hour interview, Romero talked about it, stating that it was Adesanya's fault that the fight was boring for the audience. According to Romero, Adesanya spent the entire fight avoiding him, so it's only natural that there would have been very little action. These are Yoel Romero's statements.
But what happened? He starts to fight, and he feels my power, and all of a sudden what? He starts running away from me. I'm not gonna start chasing after you. That's not what I'm gonna do. UFC was pampering him, was pampering Izzy, and basically I guess what they wanted was for me to go running after him. No, I'm not gonna do that. That's not what I want to do. If he was intimidated and didn't wanna exchange punches with me, that's on him, not on me. All I did was stand up in there, wanted to fight like a man and exchange blows. He didn't want to do that. That's on him, but it could have been way more than it was.
Joe Rogan on whether a loss to Alex Pereira will tarnish Israel Adesanya's legacy. Rogan believes that Israel Adesanya's legacy will remain intact regardless of the outcome of his UFC 281 title fight against Alex Pereira. After the Adesanya-Pereira bout was announced, many fans have been openly talking about how Pereira could crush him and take the win. Even if that were to happen, which we believe is an underestimation of the current champion's talent, Joe Rogan believes it would not detract from Izzy's value as a fighter. That's why Joe Rogan is not scared in case Adesanya is defeated, because he knows that no matter how good a fighter he is still human.
So if he goes out and do what a lot of people think he might do to Izzy again, does that do anything to Izzy's legacy?
No, Izzy's a human being. You can't take away from what he's done, and because what he's done is spectacular.
Yes.
I mean, look at what he did to Paulo Costa. Paulo Costa was running through everybody, walked down Yoel Romero.
Yep.
And Izzy just lit him on fire. Just lit him on fire. He never even had a chance in that fight. He was just getting outclassed. I think the Izzy of today is very different than the Izzy that fought Pereira twice. Both fighters. He's different now. He's better. He's way better.
Do you agree with what Joe Rogan has said? Let us know in the comments below. Leon Edwards could end up defending his welterweight title against Khamzat Chimaev. Chael Sonnen thinks UFC will put Kamaru Usman on ice, while Leon Edwards defends his welterweight title against Khamzat Chimaev. In a recent interview, Sonnen said he doesn't believe Usman's next fight will be against Edwards, and he is convinced that a rematch between the two fighters will occur in a title fight. That's why he believes that before we see Edwards face Usman, we'll see him face Khamzat.
Like that a lot. You want a prediction from me? I mean, this is out of left field, but just for fun.
Let's hear it.
I don't believe that Kamaru Usman is going to be fighting Leon next. Okay. I believe that Kamaru's next fight will be for a belt. I think they're going to keep Kamaru on ice. I think Chimaev versus Leon is a real possibility with the winner drawing into Kamaru. Now that's out there. That's not even a rumor, but I'm just sharing that with you. I think that if you have those three and you're going to match them up, the order does matter. And I think what I just presented is a more viable order, if you will.
Floyd Mayweather and Conor McGregor rematch could happen in 2023. If there's one thing Floyd Mayweather and McGregor know how to do better than boxing, it is to promote a fight. In an interview with Sportsmail, Mayweather said that talks are underway for another boxing match between him and McGregor after their last clash in August 2017. According to Mayweather's statements, McGregor could have the opportunity to avenge his defeat against the undefeated boxing legend. Although they have not yet defined whether it will be a real or exhibition fight, Mayweather has stated which of these two options would be more appealing to him. But what do you guys think about it? Would you like to see a rematch between these two fighters? We'll be reading you in the comments. Michael Bisping and Anthony Smith break down Islam Makhachev's mindset ahead of his fight with Charles Oliveira. Michael Bisping and Anthony Smith believe that the reason Islam Makhachev believes he could beat Charles Oliveira is not arrogance but confidence in his abilities. Smith hinted that he doesn't see Makhachev submitting Oliveira, and he is convinced that as long as Islam has Khabib's help, he could become an unstoppable fighter. Bisping also noted that the fight would occur in Abu Dhabi, where Islam has the largest fan base. That's why he believes that localization could help boost Islam's confidence as it faces the tough challenge ahead.
Rightly so. I'm rightly so with that question. I think going into Abu Dhabi though, he's going to have the fans on his side. He's going to come in. Listen, Khabib and Islam has that same aura about it, to be fair. They are supremely confident. But it's not arrogance. It's not arrogance. It's confidence because they've put the work in. It's confidence because they know their ability. You know what I mean? And it can, it can skim close to that edge of being arrogant because they just truly believe in themselves so much. But it's not. It's supreme confidence. And I think given that, he's going to go out there and look, brother, I come to show. Dagestan smashing everybody. He can't. They've got to move away. The Chechens, the Dagestanis, they've got to say smash everyone. Or Khamzat has to get a new line. Because to be fair, that is the Dagestanis line. But no, I think he's going to come in. I think he's going to smash him on the ground initially. Because you're right. That's what Charles just lets people take him down. Because he's like, well, take me down. Come on, motherfucker. Take me down and see what happens. So I think Islam's going to get an easy takedown, then maybe be in for a bit of a rude awakening, and then we're going to be treated or in store for some high-level grappling. That's going to be fun to watch.
Chito Vera has faith that UFC will not skip him to grant Sean O'Malley a title shot and shares his thoughts on Sean O'Malley. Sean O'Malley will face Petr Yan, who is ranked #1 in the bantamweight division. However, O'Malley has not always delivered a good performance. Chito Vera claims that in the only 2 tough fights O'Malley had in his life, he was either knocked out or illegally attacked his opponent's eyes. That is why Marlon Vera hopes that UFC will not be so inconsiderate as to leave him aside and allow him to fight for the title, instead of giving it to O'Malley. These are Marlon Vera's statements.
There's nothing I can really do, right? I can get mad, I can say fuck you, I can say release me, but it's just the way I fight. Even if he wins, they want to skip me. They could, but I just feel like, they will take care of me. I feel that way. I feel like even if he wins and I win my next fight, even if I don't have another fight, I feel like I'm possible to fight for the belt right away. So it's all really matters on what the UFC want to do, and we'll see 22nd. I'll be ready. It's all I know, and it is what we saw this in the past. No one really know what's gonna happen and what's gonna happen. It's just a matter of how the cards are being played, and we'll see October 22nd who won the title fight, and we'll see what happened between O'Malley and Yan. But you also gotta be realistic. There are only 2 hard fights that the guy has faced in his life. He got knocked the fuck out in one, and in the second one he poked the guy in the eyes. Couldn't handle himself. And honestly, before the eye poke happened in the Pedro Munoz fight, it's not like he was doing something crazy. It wasn't even like he was kicking his ass. They were like literally going a slap for a slap in those low kicks, and really no one was making any damage. No one was doing really anything. So it's hard to think that he can do crazy things,
Chael Sonnen tells The Moment he changed his opinion on Paddy Pimblett. Chael Sonnen hasn't always held Paddy Pimblett in high regard. Despite that, the former UFC fighter knows how to recognize when he's been wrong. According to a video recently posted on his YouTube channel, he claims to have been impressed with Pimblett's performance after learning that he had the courage to step into the octagon on the same day he had learned that one of his closest friends had committed suicide. After watching him burst into tears, Sonnen praised Pimblett's professionalism and said his days of giving Paddy a hard time are now behind him.
So as good as Paddy looked in his ability to push the pace and out-scramble his opponent, out-hustle and outwork his opponent, I maintain he was dealing with stretches punches and pressers, mentally and physically. Mental stress, physical stress, that caused a fatigue, and he was still able to be the one going harder. I submit for you that performance was as close to perfect as I have seen in a period of time, particularly at that weight class. And I submit for you, he was not at his best. When he gave that post-fight interview and we found out, a moment ago, I'm going back to talking about spiritual, I was talking about emotion, how you're feeling going to it, and we find out that he was dealing with a death, the loss of a loved one. We didn't know that till after the fight. He did all of his media. He did all of his social media. He filled up a house. He trained. He made weight. He kept his mouth shut. He stayed professional until it was time to break and to be a real human being. He did it right in front of all of us. So my days of giving Paddy a hard time, I'm just sharing with you why they're behind me.
That's all for today, guys. If you want to know the latest UFC news, subscribe to the channel, hit the notifications bell, and click the like button so you don't miss any details about the upcoming fights. Thanks for watching. See you soon.